The story starts in Linhai City of the Dragon Kingdom. In this world, countless monsters came from another world, and humans had to face the biggest calamity they had ever seen. But the heavens never abandoned humanity. A mysterious mark suddenly appeared on the back of every human's hand, and through it, they awakened a variety of unique occupations. From then, the era of hunters began. Among the many who became awakened, only 3 people had mythic rank classes. They were Ghostblade Alfred from the United States of America, Hell Dragon Rider Rastif from Russia, and Frost Mage King Quan Jixien from Frost Nation. As the mythic rank professions far outclassed the rest, they overtook all the other countries in the progress of conquering the worlds. But 100 years ago, there was a prodigy like them who appeared in the Dragon Kingdom as well. He was Asura, Dragon Kingdom's top expert. Within 10 years, he created the highest record ever found in China and became the first to make it through the 70th world. When the strongest monster wave invaded the Earth, he died defending against it. During his time, he had changed classes 8 times. At that time, he sacrificed himself to protect the Dragon Kingdom. The scene shifts to the present, which is the 100th anniversary of Asura's death. All the hunters of the Dragon Kingdom appear at the ceremony. A news reporter states that the kingdom now has 12,350,000 awakeners this year, of which 10% are core hunters, greatly surpassing the number of awakeners that had been awakened during Asura's birth year. They may even witness the reappearance of Asura. The scene then shifts to a boy sleeping, and suddenly notifications pop up saying that the main gate of the otherworld is about to open and hunters should prepare themselves. The boy wakes up and says, "Didn't I die? Where am I?" His head starts to hurt as memories pour into his mind. We see fragments where he was told that he was useless and bound to die in the otherworld as a monster tamer. He then realizes that he is reincarnated into someone else's body, 100 years later, and reflects on the monster tamer class. The class relies on its pet, raising both their and their pet's level. To raise a powerful monster tamer, someone once analyzed that it would require the wealth of an entire nation. The previous owner of the body had failed and took his own life. Looking at the mirror, he vows to bear all responsibility and regrets, and conquer the otherworld. Then, we see a gate open in front of the MC, and a notification says that the main gate of the otherworld is about to open and hunters should be ready. He opens the gate, revealing a blue spatial gate. Putting his hand inside, he enters. A notification pops up, greeting him as Asura, stating that he has been offline for 36,552 days. He is surrounded by notifications and rewards. He has accumulated 221,066,496,000 points and receives congratulations for becoming the first to defeat the 9th rank monster wave. He is also awarded a mythic rank achievement, in a class of your own, and a mythic rank treasure, the Divine Decree. The information about the item reveals that it has a permanent buff of 1,000-fold in earning ability power. After applying the buff, his rewards increase to approximately 2,200,000,000,000 points. Seeing the quadrillion points, he says, the rewards are quite generous. He also receives a class reset and can choose from one of the 7 mythic rank classes. Asura looks at the notifications and sees the list of classes. He recalls that in his previous life, he awakened as an epic class, and at that time monster tamers were the strongest, but they needed astronomical amounts of ability power. Now, having enough ability points, he selects the Necromancer class. A notification congratulates him for becoming the 4th mythic rank core hunter, and he has an initial 100-star growth, which is to be expected of a mythic class. His 3 skills are Harvest Souls, Spectre Evolution, and Death Reduction. He thinks that an ordinary monster tamer's pet's intellect is obtained through rare mission rewards, but a necromancer can not only evolve their pets but also harvest other monsters and make them pets. Standing in front of the gate, Asura reflects that in his previous life as an epic class, he cleared 70 worlds and became the top ranker in China. Now, starting as a mythic class, he is determined to properly clear every world and become the strongest in the world. The scene shifts to the first world, where the MC has just arrived. 2 notifications appear, one welcoming him to the first world, the source of nightmare, and another indicating the safe zone location, called Doomsday Village. Additional notifications tell him that fighting is forbidden in the safe zone, and ask if he would like to continue using the ID Asura. He changes his ID to 0. We then see Doomsday Village, and as 0 enters, people are talking about why there are no monsters. A guy explains that this is a safe region. A notification pops up saying that the first world mission has been released, and everyone starts asking if anyone wants to team up. Zero looks at the panel, which describes the first world mission. Hunters must break the calamities by completing 2 missions. The first is to kill 1,000 monsters, and the second is to collect 10 silver coins. After completing the mission, they can activate the boss instance teleportation tunnel, and after defeating the boss, they can move to the second floor. Closing the screen, Zero notes that the layout of the other world hasn't changed. He goes to buy a weapon, and the shop owner asks what he needs. Zero thinks the shop is the same as before, with the best equipment being only 1 star. The shopkeeper says that if Zero is not satisfied, the shop has other items, but they will require a few more copper coins. Zero puts down a bag of 100 copper coins and takes a wand, shocking others. A guy comments that they only get 100 copper coins as newbies, and Zero has spent it all. Another person behind him remarks that 1-star magic equipment cannot add much attack power, and it would be better to buy low-quality equipment. Zero thanks them for the advice and leaves. A girl asks if weapons with a higher number of stars can be refined to increase attack power. The guy explains that refining requires ability points obtained from hunting monsters, but they have a low drop rate. There is no value in refining 1-star equipment. People behind Zero say that he is going to suffer and that it's impossible to do anything without money. Zero thinks that the ability power obtained by normal hunters is very limited, and refining a 1-star item would indeed be impossible. We see the stats of the Raging Inferno magic staff. Zero uses ability power to refine the staff, and a notification says that when spending 1 point of ability power, there is a 10% chance of increasing the green attribute. The refinement succeeds, and he continues refining, saying, "Don't stop." The staff glows gold from the refinement, and a notification reveals that it has been upgraded to the highest tier. After 132 refinements and spending 985 ability points, the weapon is now called the Scorching Pioneer Magic Staff. The stats show the staff has 26 magic power and intelligence +2. Zero says that the preparation is now complete and it's time to start the show. We then see a screen with his stats as a level 0 Necromancer. As he enters the first world, named Origin of Nightmare, he sees 3 people fighting a giant rat. The rat attacks one of the guys, and he thinks, what rank is this monster? Because it has so much health. Can kill us with 1 strike, he thinks, just as the monster jumps to attack him. However, he is saved by our MC. The others think, what kind of damage is that? And notice he has gold equipment. Maybe he's an experienced hunter. They also wonder, it's impossible. Who would have so many ability points at the beginning of the game? Then we see our MC thinking that these level 1 monsters give him very little experience. He needs to kill higher level monsters to gain more experience. He comes to the conclusion that he needs to kill monsters of at least level 3. As he moves ahead, the group asks him to join their team, and the girls also suggest it, saying they can help him a lot. But our MC says, I don't need it, sorry, and moves ahead toward the direction where he can find a higher level monster called the Abandoned Factory. We can see the group talking about him, saying there are high-level monsters in that area, he's definitely a big shot. Scene shift to the area where he kills a giant rat and a poisonous spider. He defeats them, gains points, and levels up. He also unlocks his first skill, Tiny Fireball. He thinks, I never thought I'd gain this many attribute points and skills at this level. He realizes that the early game growth path of a monster tamed is similar to that of a mage. So, he needs to minimize casting time, stabilize his damage output, and increase his agility to perform better. He now focuses on upgrading his skill with ability points and transforms Tiny Fireball into Medium Fireball, increasing its damage to 140%. He thinks, I'll easily reach level 8 once I finish the first 2 world missions. Suddenly, he hears a noise from a distance behind a door. As he opens the door, he sees a guy named Carl. Carl says that his wife and children were killed by the monsters and asks our MC for help. As Carl says that, a message pops up. Storyline has been triggered. Will you accept the quest? Exterminate the scorpions? He reads the mission details, and the rewards are so good that our MC decides to help Carl. Just then, something moves in the distance. A level 5 scorpion emerges from the darkness and attacks our MC. As he dodges the scorpion's tail attack, our MC uses Fireball to kill the creature. After defeating the scorpions, the Scorpion King emerges. His mana is low, so he realizes he needs to kill the Scorpion King before his mana runs out. The Scorpion King strikes again with its tail, but our MC dodges the attack and strikes back. The monster collapses, unconscious. Now, our MC thinks I just need to finish it off to complete the mission. Suddenly, a man and his group appear, armed with swords. The man declares, I will be the one to kill the Scorpion King. Our MC responds, you've finally shown yourself. The man asks, you already knew we were here? Our MC replies, when hunters try their hardest to kill a monster, people like you choose the easy, wrong path, take all the points and credit. It's a shame that you've chosen the wrong target. You don't stand a chance against me. With that, our MC kills one of the group members. The remaining person asks, didn't you run out of mana? How did you use your skills? Our MC smirks and says, I was pretending to run out of mana to lure you all out here. A message pops up. Our MC has gained the activation skill of necromancy. The next moment, he makes the Scorpion King his pet and absorbs it. Suddenly, the Scorpion King awakens, now tamed as his pet. As our MC pets the creature, he thinks the reason it's hard for a monster tamer to grow is because pets rely on the tamer's experience points to level up. But experience points are something I have plenty of, so I can level it straight to max level. The man standing there asks, who are you? How can you be at this level and so powerful? Our MC replies, from the moment I arrived here, I sensed someone was spying on me. The man realizes he has offended the wrong person and thinks he needs to run. Our MC says, go ahead. Let me see how strong you are. As the man runs, he begs, let me go, please. Don't kill me. But our MC coldly responds, for your bad deeds, you must be eaten. The scene shifts to the earlier injured man, now safe and thanking our MC for his help. He says, you'll be a good buddy of mine. Our MC notices some equipment, a necklace, armor, and boots. He thinks, with these, my Scorpion and I can easily level up to 5 much quicker. Suddenly, a zone announcement appears. A level 5 dungeon is now open. People are shocked, but our MC is thrilled. It's not too far, with my strength, it's within reach. As he came near the dungeon, he saw people gathered around it. One of them asked to team up with him, take charge, and go inside the dungeon to earn money. However, the people around him said, we are poor and weak. We can't win the dungeon. Let it be. As they were talking, we could see our MC standing there, thinking that only a few people were challenging the secret realm. Suddenly, a person armored with guards and his sister arrived, and people started making way for him. The person was President Ching, the son of the richest man in Linhai City. Suddenly, one of the members of the Ching clan noticed our MC and said, Zhang Yu, what are you doing here? The girl was the ex-girlfriend of the original owner of the body our MC now possessed. Her name was Lin Yuegyo. She told our MC, you are an ordinary beast tamer. What are you doing here? And made fun of him. Our MC angrily asked her, do you have a problem? She was in shock, thinking he must have asked for another chance, but wondered why he was behaving like this. Then she mocked him again, saying, only strong people like our master have the right to be the first ones to enter and clear the realm. Not someone like you who is so delusional. Then we heard Ching say, buddy, how does it feel to be dumped? And he made fun of our MC. The MC replied, she's just an old shoe I have worn. If you like her, you can have her. As for the secret realm, the one who is delusional is someone else. Everyone was shocked, and Yuegyo said, what nonsense are you talking about? Master Ching. Teach him a lesson. The MC replied, I advise you to cherish your life. Ching responded, I don't have time to waste on you. I will spare your pathetic life this time. Then Ching entered the dungeon, saying, brothers, did you all bring resurrection scrolls? Come with me to clear this realm. He entered the dungeon with his team members. We saw people telling each other, brother, we are just weak and poor. Let it be. We can't enter the realm. The MC replied, if you also think you are poor and weak, then you must find a way to become stronger, not weak. The scene shifted to Yuegyo asking Brother Yao, why didn't you avenge me? He bullied me. He said, there were too many people. If I did something, it would have made matters worse, and our guild's reputation would have been destroyed. Don't worry. I will make that monster tamer kneel before you and apologize. Then the scene shifted back to our MC, who was with his Scorpion leveling up. As he leveled up to level 5, people around him thought he was not an ordinary tamer. Some girls arrived and asked him to take them into his team. One of them said, make me your girlfriend. I will never betray you. He said no, and the girls were shocked as he entered the dungeon. Then we saw Master Ching and his team members bleeding and feeling defeated. One of his members and Yuejo told him to get out of this place before the monster chased them. He thought, just a little bit more, and we would have defeated the monster scorpion. Then they heard something in the distance, and it was our MC. They were shocked, asking him, "Are you here to die?" Our MC laughed at them, and when they asked, "What are you laughing at?" the man behind said, "Come on, we need to live. Otherwise, we will be killed by him." They left the realm using a scroll. Seeing that, our MC said, "Good, no noise now. I can work well." Then we saw the Scorpion King, level 7, arrive, suddenly attacking our MC. Seeing him attack, our MC thought he was not like those earlier scorpions. His health bar was thicker. He then used his level 5 scorpion to attack. We saw the level 5 scorpion attack the level 7 scorpion and not take much damage. Seeing that, our MC thought, it's good. The armor is working fine. Then we saw the king monster attacking several times, grabbing our MC scorpion's leg. Our MC scorpion attacked back, and after some damage, our MC delivered the final blow to the king monster and defeated it. We saw a message pop up saying, "Level 5 realm cleared by player 0. Everyone outside the realm thought, "Really? The realm has been cleared." Then we saw Yuejo thinking, "Around here, everyone is level 2 to 3. How could a level 5 realm where the boss is only at level 7 was defeated?" Then Ching replied, "Could it be your ex-boyfriend?" He went in. After some minutes, an announcement appeared. The girl replied, "It is impossible. You saw him hide his ID, and he didn't even have a pet. How could he defeat the monster boss?" He replied, "Yes, true. It must be someone else." Then Ching loudly announced, "Whoever killed the boss monster, bring him to me. I will recruit him and give him the reward for joining our Supreme Guild and working with us." The man looks at his scroll and realizes that he's found a treasure. This special scroll gives him rare rewards like gold coins, blueprints, equipment, and a chance to accept a bounty mission. This scroll is a valuable item. Other players are offering him a high price for it. The player decides to upgrade it with his alternate energy points. This allows him to upgrade the scroll to bronze level, and then silver level, which brings him the black iron level bounty mission, a rescue mission that would usually cost hundreds of thousands. The bounty mission requires the player to save a survivor, Eileen, and bring her back to Doomsday Town. It's a king level mission and it's highly dangerous. The player needs to rescue Eileen before the time runs out, or the mission fails, and the scroll disappears permanently. The player arrives at the Berserk Forest, which is filled with wild boars, some of which are extremely strong and violent. The player, still a level 5, is in trouble. Despite the level difference, he is determined to find Eileen and complete the mission. He sees Eileen running from a group of wild boars and saves her, but he is now surrounded by angry beasts. The player is outnumbered and outmatched but uses his skills, equipment, and a special ring he just received to kill the wild boars. It is a brutal fight. He was able to upgrade his skills and gear thanks to the experience and energy points he earned from killing the wild boars. The player realizes that the ring helps him kill faster because it weakens the enemy's defense. He finally defeats the wild boars. After our MC kills those wild boars, we see Ching and Yuejo arrive. Yuejo asks him, "Oh, you didn't die in the realm?" He replies, "I don't want to waste my time talking to you. Get lost." Yuejo replies, "You disrespected me last time," and asks Yao to teach him a lesson. Yao takes out his sword and says, "Now it's time to teach you a lesson." Our MC replies, "Oh, you want to kill me? Bring it on." Yao attacks him on his shoulder, but he does not even flinch, and both of them are shocked to see that. Our MC says, "You're done now. It's my turn." Then we see his ID card flashing, saying, "Player 0. We see Ching saying in fear, "I am the president of the Supreme Guild and the eldest son of the Luanhai City's richest man. You are not going to take a shot at me." And suddenly, our MC defeats him in one blow without hesitating. All his equipment, including his golden armor, is dropped. We see our MC checking them and calling him a fool. Then his sister says, "He defeated Lu Yao with one strike. How did he get this powerful?" Then, our MC takes the hand of Alan and starts to go. But we see a fearful Yuejo asking, "What do you want?" He says, "What do I want? I want to escape the secret realm. But I have used one, so if I use one more, I won't have any left." She replies, "Honey, ever since we split up, I have never forgotten you." Our MC ignores her and goes ahead. Seeing that, her ego is broken and angrily she says, "How dare he ignore me? Just wait. Then he drops Alan and goes to the next phase, checking his stats, achievements, and all the rewards and refines them. Along with the equipment, he also got many eggs, including a pet egg of different grades. He thought to feed them to his pet, and he gives them to his pet scorpion, who turns into the next level called Elite Level and Silver Armored Scorpion. Then we see him entering his home, and his phone starts ringing. It was from a hospital. The voice behind the call says, "Your bill is pending at 3,90,000. And if you do not pay it, your brother's treatment will be stopped." Then we see our MC saying, "Give me your hospital payment card number, and I will call back in 10 minutes. Then he thinks, I will pay the money by helping the real owner of the body. He then thinks to sell some pieces of the golden equipment and earn a few million in money. When he checks it, he sees that he cannot sell them. A message pops up saying the equipment is bound and cannot be traded or dropped. So he then thinks to earn money by doing some other work. He checks his phone and sees that he can make some money by training as a coach to regular people and earn, but it was too slow. Then suddenly, a message pops up on his phone saying, "Reward for Linhai City's newest professional. A heavy sum of 300,000 yuan to hire him as a coach." People comment on it that it is a life-threatening deal, and our MC thinks, seeing that a life-threatening deal sounds kind of interesting. Then we see our MC calling them to know the condition. As he calls and asks them, they say the offer is for someone who just obtained her class and then guide her individually to complete the first world. Then he says, "Sure, I will do it, but I need 390,000 for that." The girl on the phone replies, "After we are done, you can take around 400,000. Then our MC asks her when they can start. She replies, "The girl will be waiting for you in 10 minutes at Doomsday Town spawn place." Then we see our MC in Doomsday Town waiting, and we see a girl wearing a cape entering, hiding herself. Everyone talks about her, saying, "It is her, the disastrous caster," and others also saying, "It seems like she is wearing a cape, but we can tell that she is the one." Then our MC tells her, "Form a team, and I will take you through the first world quest." Then we see them entering the portal, and our MC describes the realm to her, telling her that her level is low and she can't damage them. They will try to gain levels through it. The scene shifts to the place where we see our MC attacking the monster and making them unconscious. He asks her to kill them when they are unconscious so she can gain levels. She kills them without saying a word, just humming as he speaks, and she hums. After she gains some levels, suddenly a big monster attacks him, and we see him on the ground. He then uses a super fireball to kill the monster, and we see the girl glancing towards our MC. Our MC says, "Get up, we need to go towards the next level." On the way, he asks her, "What's your age?" Using her hand, she says, 21. Then we see him saying, "Everyone awakens their class by 18. Why are you on such a low level? What's wrong?" Then she opens her hood and says, "Thanks for your help, you can go now. I will give you a partial refund later on. Just don't tell my sister." Our MC sees her and says, "I thought you couldn't talk, and I have promised your sister, so I will take you through the level." She says, "Didn't you hear the people saying earlier? I am a disastrous caster." He asks her, "Yeah, what is that?" She tells him, "It means anyone who will be with me will run into disasters." Then suddenly we see a bunch of people cutting her words and saying, "You will die horribly, but those who take her life will get a huge boost and alternate energy, so give her to us. We are doing justice." She says to our MC, "They are 5 to 6 level people, we can't defeat them. They are after me, you run." Our MC replies, "Don't worry, I have a say in this." Then suddenly, we see a person walking in saying, "Wow, a brawl is happening here." He was the same guy earlier, he is the billionaire kid Lu Qing. He says to our MC, "Oh, it is you again. Keep running into each other." Huh? Our MC says, "What, are you here to give me more equipment and make fun of me?" Then Lu Qing orders his team members to take out our MC. Suddenly, we see his men bring out swords to attack, and then we see Lu Qing beating his members, saying, "Are you dumb? Bring out the thing I told you to bring." His people apologize and bring out a gift for our MC. Lu Qing says, "This is for you to join our guild, and I will give you 500,000 yuan a month if you accept. All this is yours." Our MC responds, "I am a man whose worth recognizes people mightier than me. Perhaps I will consider your offer." His sister says, "Are you insane? 500,000 for you? You should accept it, you are so broke. It is best for you." Our MC replies, "Birds of a feather tend to flock together. If everyone is like you, I won't abandon my pride to bark at someone's feet." He then says, If you are not going to fight with me, give me a side. I need to go. Lu Qing tells them to give him a side. After he left, Yuejo asks him, why did you let him go? You should teach him a lesson. He replies, are you dumb? A person powerful like him should be in our guild. He is not a normal beast tamer. He is something else. On their way, the disaster girl thanks him for saving her from them. He says, save it. I won't be paid if you die. She says, never mind. I didn't think you would finish up this level. He says, you could have chosen not to show up. Why would you still bother to enter the alternate world? She replies, you don't get it. I gave up a long time ago. She then tells him about herself and shows him the disaster caster card, which explains that she has a special class aside from the core class. If they can't overcome their average individual class, she has to suffer the cycle of disaster. She adds, with this setting, you can't form a team with someone with a 10-level difference, and without at least 10 levels we cannot defeat the boss. You should just leave. Our MC says, what if it is possible? I can take you through the first world. She is shocked and asks him, is it true? Thinking that 3 years of curses could be broken with this, she wonders if it could be her chance. He says, enough talk, we have a world to get through.